What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me right here on my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now, I just want to kind of briefly give some of my thoughts and theories about Cobra Kai Season 4. So Cobra Kai Season 3, after waiting for it for what seemed like forever, it has dropped. We've all watched it. We've all seen how it ends. And we all know who Kreese was calling at the end, right? He was calling Terry Silver. Or at least we think he was. I guess that there's an off chance that he could have been calling Mike Barnes, but probably not. You know, he didn't really have a relationship with Mike Barnes. Terry Silver was the one that had the relationship with Mike Barnes. He was calling Terry Silver. So what is going to happen with the Terry Silver and Kreese relationship, and are they going to be able to make a second go at the All Valley tournament? And how is that second go going to look? Remember, when Kreese and Silver last teamed up to win the All Valley tournament, it didn't go well. You know, they hired Mike Barnes to beat Daniel LaRusso, and it didn't work out in their favor. So what would be Silver's motivation behind not just bringing back Cobra Kai? What would be his motivation behind helping Kreese win the All Valley again? At some point, wouldn't Silver look at him and say, hey man, is it really that important that you win this tournament? This tournament that's fought by kids? Is it really that important? But no, I think that they definitely, in Season 3, they laid out just how important and how indebted Silver feels to Kreese. And I think that when Kreese calls, Silver will be there. So what is the end game going to be? How are they going to try to defeat Daniel here? Well, you know, they aren't going to hire a gun this time. You know, they aren't going to hire a gun like they did with Mike Barnes. They are going to work Robbie. They're going to work Robbie. Robbie's now the Anakin Skywalker of the Cobra Kai series. He is the hero that went to the dark side. And he is going to be corrupted by Kreese. And he is going to be somebody who is going to be pitted against Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang combatants. And like in Star Wars, you have the father-son dynamic, only it's reversed. You know, it's going to be a father trying to redeem the son. It's going to be Johnny trying to redeem his son instead of the son trying to redeem the father. And I also think that's an interesting twist on the redemption storyline. You know, oftentimes it is the father or the son trying to redeem the father. So I do think that Kreese is going to put his resources, which in Karate Kid 3 were significant. I do think Kreese is going to put his resources behind expanding Cobra Kai, opening up more dojos, recruiting more people, and making sure that Cobra Kai is a force that Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang just is not going to be able to compete with. One thing that I do believe is that I do not think that Terry Silver is going to be a regular on the show. I think his presence is going to be felt. I think we'll see him in a few episodes, but my prediction is that we're going to see him just a couple times. I don't think he's going to be a regular character on the show, because something like that I feel might actually overshadow the importance of having Kreese on the show. Right? We don't need an antagonist that is Kreese's boss. Kreese is the antagonist. Having somebody who is Kreese's boss or Kreese's benefactor or Kreese's whatever, I think that is going to devalue the antagonistic nature of Kreese. We need to see Kreese be the main bad guy. And bringing in Silver, I'm afraid, would heighten the importance of Silver, at the same time lessening the importance of Kreese. And I don't really want to see that. So I would like to see Silver have a few scenes, maybe pop up in a couple episodes, maybe, you know, help Kreese to expand Cobra Kai, you know, expand the marketing for Cobra Kai and whatnot. But, you know, he can use his influence even to market Cobra Kai, but to at the same time make sure the focus is on Kreese as the antagonist. Yeah, I do think Robbie's going to be the bad guy in this season, and I'm not convinced that Robbie's going to have a redemption in this season. They've said that they've got 6 seasons planned out, so we're halfway done. So would it be a little early at this point for Robbie to have the redemption, especially after Hawk was just kind of redeemed in season 3? So seeing Hawk kind of go back to the light side, would it be too soon to have Robbie go to the light side? I think it would be. As far as past characters showing up, I think Allie has served her purpose. I don't think we're going to see Allie again. I've read online a lot of people want to see Chosen come and help Daniel and Johnny. That would make no sense. That would make no sense, and Chosen does not belong as a part of Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang Karate. Chosen has served his role. He doesn't need to come back. I would be interested in Daniel meeting Julie from the next Karate Kid. I feel like there would be some dramatic there would be some moments in that meeting that would be dramatic, and it would be heartfelt, and where Daniel could learn, Daniel could learn about what Miyagi did after Daniel was grown up. What were some of the things Miyagi did in his final years? Training Julie would have been one of the final things he did in his life. So I feel like that would definitely be an interesting, when we're thinking about how can Miyagi continue to speak to Daniel, we already explored the Okinawa part. Daniel went back to Okinawa. He saw Kumiko. She gave him letters. She showed him letters that Miyagi had written to Yukio. So that was another way that Miyagi was able to speak from beyond the grave. How else can Miyagi speak from beyond the grave? Well, that would be a good way for it to happen, would be for Daniel to meet Julie. Daniel would be able to learn more of Miyagi's teachings. He would be able to get more insight into what Miyagi believed, especially in those last days of his life. So I definitely feel that there would be a lot of narrative value. If they could do it organically, there'd be a lot of narrative value in having Julie come into season 4. Maybe there's a ceremony that honors Miyagi and Julie happens to be there. Whatever the case may be, I think there'd be value to it. The question is, would Hilary Swank come back? My guess is yeah. I think she would, but I don't know. I don't know if she would or not. But like I said, Cobra Kai has become this big enough thing that I think that she would come back for a guest spot, an episode or 2. But I would love to see that. Even though The Next Karate Kid was not a good movie, it was not a good movie. It was actually a very silly movie. It's always nice to see Pat Morita on screen, and he was the biggest. He was the biggest win in that movie, and but I do think that there'd be value in having Julie be there from a narrative standpoint. So that's kind of where I think they're going to go with Cobra Kai season 4. I think we're going to see Julie come in. I think that Silver's going to come in and he's going to help Kreese expand Cobra Kai, expand the marketing, expand the recruiting, but he's not going to overshadow Kreese as far as the main antagonist of the show. And we're also going to see Robbie continue to develop into this angry kid who is lashing out at Dad, and now he's lashing out at Miyagi-Do and lashing out against former friends, including Sam. He's going to be angry, and Kreese is going to foster that anger. Like the Emperor fostered Vader's anger, we're going to see Kreese foster Robbie's anger. So that's kind of what I think is going to happen in season 4. My opinions, and only my opinions. What do you think we're going to see in season 4 of Cobra Kai? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your theories. I would love to have a discussion about what you think is going to happen. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.